Okay, the brakes and stem made a huge difference, but I want to make an even bigger difference. It seems like the most common fork that people are using on the Schwinn Axum is the SR Suntour to accommodate the quick release axle. But they're mostly out of stock right now. There's three things that I really wanted in a fork upgrade. One is a tapered steer tube. Two, it's an air fork, of course. And three is boost spacing. That way, this fork can go on other bikes and it's future proof. The quick release axle, it's so skinny and so dinky. So I wanted that through axle. And most of the SR Suntour forks didn't really have that. You know, the ones that were in stock at least. Well, introducing the Manitow Markor. This fork has everything I was looking for. Air sprung, boost spacing, tapered steer tube, all for the price of $199. Well, you might ask, Evan, the Axum's not boost spacing. What are you gonna do, buy a whole new wheel? Well, you're right, the front wheel is not boost spacing, but no, I'm not gonna buy a whole new wheel. I wanna make this bike future proof, but also make smart purchases that I could take with me on another build. The unfortunate thing about the Axum's wheels is that they're 36 hole. And it's pretty hard to actually find a 36 hole mountain bike front hub these days, since pretty much all mountain bikes are 32 holes. Well, I have a solution for that too. With me, I have a DT Swiss 350 hybrid front hub, which is 36 holes with a 15 by 110 millimeter axle. And to save costs, I'm gonna attempt to despoke and spoke it myself. With YouTube as my teacher, I think anything is possible. Well, that sucked. This fork is so heavy that it just fell straight to the floor, dropped everything out of the head tube. So I didn't have a headset cup press, and the one that Park Tools sells is like $170. Well, that's almost the whole cost of this bike. So I had a bolt and washers from a failed cup press that I had years ago, but it just dawned on me today, what if I braze it with some soldering? And behold, check this bolt out. Comment down below if you like my soldering skills. The saying goes, if it doesn't fit, force it. All right, it worked. Okay, so what I've done here is I made a little cutting station. It's two stems bolted together. This one, hey, look, it's the old Schwinn stem. And then I have another old BMX stem that's no good anymore. Perfect width of the blade. And I'm gonna go ahead and give it a shot. We'll see how it works out. So far I'm at $0.00 for these jigs I'm making. I'm gonna go ahead and get this filed down and it should be ready for install. I really did not want to go to the store or buy any new tools. Speaking of not wanting to buy new tools, welcome to my new truing stand. I'm gonna go ahead and get the grips on and flip this bike over, and then it's my brand new truing stand. So this hub is considerably lighter. I weighed them both with their axles, and this one weighed in at 15.3 ounces. And this one with the axle weighed in at 9.6 ounces. That's almost half a pound on this hub alone. And look, this one is much wider. All right, out here the next day after building all that up, gonna do the standard loop that I did last time and see if I get any better times. I'd say the fork was worth every penny. It completely changed the bike, and I can't even imagine going back to the stock fork with how heavy it was and how rough it was. I'm able to hit jumps that I wasn't able to hit before. My confidence is up. One tool that I had to buy, and I was pretty bummed about, was a high pressure pump for the fork. But that's the only tool I had to buy for this whole project. Let's just see if my times are faster. I did notice a big difference on this long and chunky segment. With the old forks, I would be worn out about 2/3 of the way, but with the new fork absorbing bumps more efficiently, I didn't need to stop and was able to keep moving. This helped my perceived effort and overall times. I thought that I would be blistering fast with my new forks and hub. Instead, I found that there was a learning curve with the fork pressure and the rebound settings, and it's going to take a little while to figure that out. You can see the first ride with the forks on Joey's jaunt. I did not set a PR. After all those rides though, I'm pretty sure that the derailleur is spent. I can't shift into the second to last gear, and man, it's crunchy. I cannot shift it going uphill basically, and I'm pretty sure that's limiting me quite a bit. There's one more upgrade that I think is necessary for this bike, so make sure you subscribe. See you on the next one.